Hello guys and welcome back to Championship Predictions. We are back for some more midweek predictions. Sophie, how are you? And set us a like target.
I'm very well, thank you. Let's go for 2,000 likes on this one.
Let's do it, guys. Apologies that I couldn't do much content over the weekend. If you've seen my community page post, I did have a bit of a footballing accident. My face might look a little bit swollen, but hopefully it'll start to feel a bit better soon. So give us a sympathy vote and hit that like button. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well, guys. Please try and help us hit 82,000 subscribers. I think we're really close, so get involved. The scores from the Championship predictions over the weekend, Sophie, I beat you by 1 point. There wasn't a lot in it.
Okay.
I think we both did well to predict Millwall 1-0 against Burnley, though.
Yeah, I feel like Millwall at home, they are getting back to their 1-0 winning ways, but really good performance from them, actually.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the predictions for midweek then, guys, and make sure to share your predictions down below. We start at Ashton Gate, where Bristol City take on Sheffield United, and they both got some good wins over the weekend. We both didn't predict it. I think we both predicted them to draw at the weekend.
Yeah.
Sheffield United, good win away at Blackburn.
Clean sheet again.
The first team to win at Blackburn this season.
Yeah.
And then Bristol City also won up in Lancashire. They won 3-1 at Preston North End with the help of a handball, of course. Did you see that?
Yeah, the first goal.
This is an interesting one. Sheffield United, of course, are flying. I think they're having a very good season. But Bristol City are also going under the radar, potentially, with only 2 defeats that we spoke about previously. And since the awful news surrounding Bristol City and Liam Manning, of course, they've really united, it seems, on the pitch. And they've been even better to watch on the football pitch. So it's a difficult one. I am tempted to go for a draw, Sophie, but I don't want to sit on the fence a lot today. So I'm going to go for the home team. I'm going to go Bristol City 2-1.
Okay, I don't want to go against either team. So it was either going to be a 0-0 because Sheffield United don't concede many goals. But I think I'm going to go 1-1. I think Bristol City have shown that they have got their scoring boots on. They're playing some really nice football as well. They're looking a really good unit. And equally, you could say the same for Sheffield United as well, especially defensively, they're looking really good. So I'm going to say they cancel each other out. I'm going to go down the middle, 1-1. 1-1.
Okay, share your thoughts on that one, guys. On to the next one, Sophia. This one feels quite difficult to predict. You've got Oxford United versus Hull City. Now, Oxford, we like them more at home, but their home form is not quite the same.
Not as good, is it?
Yeah, and they haven't won in quite a few games now. And they take on Hull City, who couldn't quite beat bottom of the table Portsmouth. So they both need a win, really. I'm not sure how to call this one. I might go for a draw here. If this was at Hull, I'd be more tempted to go for them. I will give Oxford something because they've got the home advantage, but they haven't won, like I say, in a few weeks. I'm going to go down the middle, 1-1.
Yeah, I think this one's got a draw written all over it as well. I mean, last few games, Hull have been pretty draw heavy. Oxford's home form has fallen off a little bit, but I think they are capable of getting a draw against a good Hull City team. So, again, I'm going 1-1.
1-1. Interesting. Yeah. Share your thoughts on that one down below, guys. Sophie's kicking it off with 2 draws.
2 draws, let's go for 3.
Let's see what you're saying for this one. QPR versus Middlesbrough. I'm not sure, Sophie. I mean, it seems like QPR have found out a way to stop losing, and that is to draw 0-0.
Yeah.
But to draw 0-0 away at Burnley and at home to Sunderland, that's 2 very good draws.
Yeah, it is actually. And in the Sunderland game as well, obviously they were down to then 10 men, but I think they were unlucky to just get a draw.
Yeah.
I think they played all right, actually.
Yeah, no, I agree. And to be honest, a draw against Middlesbrough would also be a decent result.
Yeah.
But I think they might be able to go one better this time. Middlesbrough looked really poor against Coventry. Okay, they had a red card, but from what I saw, Sophie,
before that as well. To be fair, I think they know
always find a way to capitulate to Coventry. And as much as I love it, it must be painful for the Middlesbrough fans. I think QPR might sneak this. They've been building towards a win, and Middlesbrough are not going to have Hackney now. I know they have really good numbers, but they're so wasteful, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Let's go for QPR. I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay, I'm going for my hat-trick. I'm going to go another 0-0. So I'm going for my 3rd draw in this video. But I just see a draw playing out again. We've got Middlesbrough who aren't in the best of form at the moment. I think that might have been especially a poor game against Coventry. But we've got QPR who are fighting and grinding to get a point. So yeah, it'd be nice to see them get all 3, but I think Middlesbrough could hold them off, so 0-0.
0-0, okay, another draw.
Yeah.
Right, let's see what Sophie is saying for this one. Surely not another draw. Let's go to Hillsborough, Sophie, as Sheffield Wednesday take on Norwich City. I remember this game towards the end of last season. It was a 2-2 draw. It was a really entertaining game, actually. That was when Norwich were challenging for the playoffs. Sheffield Wednesday were trying to stay up. This one, Sophie, I mean, they both come into this on the back of a defeat. Both quite dramatic. I mean, Norwich, of course, went 1-0 up through Borgia signs. What a surprise.
Yeah.
But then they lost with 2 late goals to Cardiff. But even worse, Sheffield Wednesday lost 6-2 home to Watford.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. I don't think anyone predicted that scoreline.
No, certainly not. What kind of game was that? I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday need a reaction, but you can feel really deflated after that kind of result. There's probably going to be some sections of that Sheffield Wednesday fan base thinking, we're not getting anything in this game, but ultimately you have to try. You have to bounce back, because you need results. I think Norwich are going to be the favourites, but I will go for a draw. Going to go 1-1.
Yeah, I'm going for another draw.
Oh.
No, I'm actually kidding. I would go for a draw, but I feel like I've gone for a few too many. So I'm going to edge one team. Right now, both teams aren't exactly setting the world alight, but I think the difference could be that one player, Borgia signs. I'm going to say 1-0 to Norwich, which I think keeping a clean sheet would be massive. But that wouldn't be a good result for Sheffield Wednesday after coming into this on the back of a 6-2 loss to then lose at home. Wouldn't be good. But I do feel that sometimes on their day, Norwich can play good football and are capable of getting the result, but equally I can see why you've gone for a draw. So I've gone 1-0.
1-0, yeah. Okay, share your thoughts on that one, guys. I understand that Norwich are probably slight favourites.
Slight, yeah, I'd say.
Sheffield Wednesday's previous result has made me think, what on earth? Like, what do I say here? Right, on to the next one, Sophie. I like the look of this fixture. Plymouth Argyle versus Portsmouth. Like, this is two coastal cities, on the south coast, and the objectives have got to be similar. They both need to stay up, and I like both of these clubs. I mean, Portsmouth, Premier League club when we were kids, so many great players over the years. Plymouth Argyle, I want to see a team from the southwest in the higher divisions. I want them to both stay up. But what's my prediction? Well, last time, Sophie, I did call Plymouth to lose 3-0 at Leeds.
Well done.
And Portsmouth, to be fair, we both backed them to lose to Hull. They did get a draw, so fair play. I wouldn't be all too surprised if Portsmouth get a draw here, because they are drawing a lot. They're turning into Drawtsmouth. But I like Plymouth Argyle when they're at home park. Even though I backed them to lose 3-0 last week, and they did, I reckon they'll win this week because they're at home. 2-1 Plymouth.
So I am actually going to go for another draw. I think it's going to be a 0-0. Did you see the stats for Plymouth versus Leeds? It was just shocking. It was like they didn't even field a team in that game. It was just so poor.
Can I remind you? You said 1-0.
Yeah, but I said 1-0 and then I justified it by saying, but I think the stats will be heavy in favour of Leeds. So I got one thing right there. But yeah, they let me down. So I'm saying 0-0 because I fancy Plymouth a little bit more at home. It'd be great for them to get a clean sheet, but I feel like Portsmouth are capable of getting a draw here. So another draw for me. I just think Plymouth with the home advantage. If this was at Fratton Park, don't get me wrong, I might be tempted to go for Portsmouth's first home win of the season, but it's at home park. It's a different game to me. Right, on to the next one, Sophie. Swansea versus Watford. Two teams that got away wins last week that we didn't predict. Yeah. Fair play to Swansea, a nice 2-1 away win at Oxford. Yeah. It's good to see them scoring goals again. Yes. You know, they've been struggling for goals. But a team that isn't struggling for goals is the Hornets. Watford scored 6. Yeah, was it Bayo got 4? Yeah, I think he did. I think they got like 2 penalties in that game as well. But great result and good performance for them as well.
Certainly. This is difficult now. You both want to back them to win, like both win after last week. Yeah. I suppose Watford's result was more impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm tempted to jump on Watford now, but at the same time, Watford worry me with these predictions because they could lose 2-0 or something.
Yeah, they're so inconsistent. They'll probably back this up with a heavy loss.
Do you know what? I am really tempted to. No, I don't want to go for a draw. Do you know what I'm going to do? No. Let's go for a really low-scoring, boring one. Swansea are going to win this 1-0.
Okay. Go on, I'll go the other way. I'll say Watford 1-0. I feel like I don't back either team enough, to be fair. But any time I do, they'll end up letting me down. So it's Watford's turn to let me down this week. But I think after the 6-2 emphatic win against Sheffield Wednesday, I've got to back them to get another good result. So, yeah, 1-0 Watford.
1-0. Yeah, I think even though Watford scored 6 last time, and some people might be quick to say, oh, they're going to score 4 this time.
It doesn't always work like that.
Let's remember, Swansea's defence has actually still been pretty good this season. So I think it'll be low scoring in my opinion. The next one, Sophie, is Blackburn versus Stoke City. Blackburn, we thought we knew what to expect from Blackburn. Good at home, not so good away.
Yeah.
Well, they lost at home to Sheffield United, so they need to go back to winning ways at home in this one. Stoke City, they did beat Derby despite giving away a really funny own goal.
That was so daft, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the main thing is they won. I think, given how the two teams have performed so far, Blackburn are probably the favourites, and they have the home advantage. So I'm going to go Blackburn 1, Stoke 2. Because Stoke...
I'm going for the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah, genuinely, I'm backing a Stoke win.
And my logic is because it's Stoke City and they are bonkers and you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, genuinely, I was thinking, in this one, I don't know whether to go... No, do you know what? You've said 2-1, I'll say 1-0 Stoke, because Blackburn recently have been struggling to score, weirdly, because they started the season and they were absolutely flying with the goals, but... Yeah, I'm going to back a Stoke win as well. They're so hard to predict, but yeah, I think to get a clean sheet, but most importantly, 3 points on the road would be massive. So yeah, I've changed it, but I'm going 1-0 Stoke now.
1-0 Stoke. Okay, share your thoughts on that one, guys. The next game, Sophie, is one we will be going to. Coventry City take on Derby County. And let's talk about Coventry, Sophie, because I didn't get the chance to over the weekend. I didn't stream the game, but I did watch the game and I was very impressed. I was quietly confident about this because Coventry City always seem to do well against Middlesbrough, and Mark Robbins has got Michael Carrick in his pocket. The Coventry fans were brilliant, the Coventry players were brilliant. Middlesbrough obviously got a red card and they spent half of their game trying to get Coventry a red card. I thought Coventry were really good at not rising to it. And then, yeah, we took our chances. I mean, the first goal's a really good cross from Josh Eccles, Bobby Thomas with a great header. The second one, I'm gutted Thomas Asante didn't get his goal, but at least Haji Wright put it in. And then Josh Eccles with a really good finish, and he deserves it. He deserves a goal and an assist.
And it was a good ball through from Haji as well.
It was. This Coventry team is starting to tick, and as we said, the clocks have gone backwards, Coventry are going forwards. This one on paper, Coventry should win, but it's not that straightforward, and I think this game could be closer than the Middlesbrough one because Middlesbrough were attacking, whereas Derby are going to come here and probably be quite defensive, and that might make things difficult for Coventry. Derby did lose at the weekend 2-1 to Stoke City. We said that we like them at home, but away from home they are struggling a little bit, but they will come with a game plan to try and stay in this game. I think Coventry are going to have to be patient. Maybe 1-0. No, I'll go 2-0. Let's reward Coventry. 2-0.
That's funny because I'm going for the same. I think another clean sheet would be massive. In fairness to Derby, they didn't actually score in their last game. Stoke scored all 3. But Coventry played very, very well, and I think Derby will have chances, but if they're a little bit like Middlesbrough and wasteful, then I think we're going to end up capitalising on it. I want them to come out and attack us because I think we'll then perform better, but I do think they'll probably set up for a draw, which we might struggle against. But I do feel right now the team's clicking, and I think we've got the quality to do it. So I'm in agreement, 2-0. 2-0.
Both go for the Sky Blues by 2 clear goals. Share your thoughts on that one. I'm looking forward to it.
I am, yeah.
Yeah, look out for the match vlog on Wednesday. And the next one, Sophie, this is a great game. Millwall versus Leeds. Not just two of the most intimidating fan bases, but...
two teams that are flying right now.
Two good teams.
Yeah.
Leeds United, I predicted them to win 3-0 against Plymouth. And we both predicted Millwall to beat 1-0. Burnley 1-0. Yeah. This is difficult. I'll be honest, if this was at Ellen Road, I would go for Leeds. But Millwall are actually doing really well now, and at the Den, they can make a game tight. I still think Leeds have got more quality on paper. I think that is a fact.
Yeah, the squad's worth a lot more.
But Millwall are a good team, and Neil Harris is a good manager, and I think they might get something. I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay.
I don't want to go against either of them. I'm really sorry.
And it's hard because Millwall defensively are so solid right now, but they're coming up against Leeds. So if they could keep a clean sheet against Leeds, that's a much bigger feat than keeping a clean sheet against Burnley, who are struggling for goals at the moment. But they did limit them a lot during that game. So I don't want to go against either team, but I'm going to do it. Millwall 1-0.
No!
Another Millwall home 1-0 win, which would be massive. And I'm going to say again, I think Leeds are very much going to be in the game. They're going to have some good chances. But I just feel like at home right now, I can't go against Millwall.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often where we both don't back Leeds.
Not to get the win, yeah, you backed them to get a draw, which, yeah, probably more likely, but who knows.
Share your thoughts, Leeds fans. Don't leave us. We're usually nice to you. But no, Millwall have been good, so we will give them their credit. And the next game, Sophie, is Luton Town versus Cardiff City. And Cardiff, I told you they'd beat Norwich.
Yeah, what a win. Yeah, left it rather late, but doesn't matter.
They are the in-form team in this division.
Yeah.
10 points in their last 4 games. They've kept 3 clean sheets in that time. They've started scoring goals for fun. They're a great team now, Cardiff City.
Yeah,
they're going to win the league.
Well. Yeah. Steady on.
But no, they are climbing away from trouble. Luton Town got a draw, 1-1 against West Brom. Nah, it's all right, but they're not moving away from trouble. They need to get something, and preferably a win. A draw will only do so much for Luton, but I'm going to back Cardiff.
Yeah, I am as well. They're in form. Why not?
Luton 1, Cardiff 2.
Oh, I'm going 1-0 Cardiff. I think Luton against West Brom, it wasn't a terrible result. Second half they came out and played a bit better, and it's a great goal by Chong, but right now they're a team low on confidence, and you can see that, and obviously the fans are turning on the manager, and I kind of get it, but also I feel like just stick with him. But right now, yeah, they're not playing well. So a team that are playing well is Cardiff, so I can't not go for them. I was half tempted to say a draw, but I feel like that'd be really unfair. And I think right now, the form Cardiff are in, they're going to be full of confidence, and I think they could do it. So 1-0.
Yeah, credit to the manager, by the way, because he's come in and they've gone flying up the table since Baloo left. So yeah, Cardiff are really good to watch at the minute. The next one, Sophie, is at Deepdale. Preston take on Sunderland. Both disappointed with their results at the weekend.
Yeah.
Preston lost. I know there was a handball in the Bristol City goal. But
they conceded another couple after that, in fairness.
Yeah, Sunderland obviously drew 0-0 at QPR. Bellingham got sent off. They're going to be missing a couple of players, I believe. And their next game after this is Coventry, which I'm interested to see how it plays out. I think I'm going to go 0-0. I think Sunderland have... I don't want to say they've gone off it. They've been great. It's literally one draw.
Yeah.
But I think Preston are really good defensively, and they could maybe take another point off Sunderland here. And Sunderland, like I say, they're missing a couple of players. Maybe away from home they might not get maximum points again, but it's not a disaster for Sunderland. But they'll have to see how other results go. 0-0.
Yeah, as you've mentioned, Joe Bellingham did pick up a red card, so he won't be in this game. So Preston 1-0.
Oh,
yeah, I think Preston at home, they need to bounce back. They're going to feel like there's a sense of injustice after that goal was allowed with the hand of Maradona just smacking it in. Yeah, a shocking decision. But I think they're going to turn it around. I think they're going to bounce back, and they're going to get a 1-0 win at home.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, both of us not backing Sheffield United to win. Both of us not backing Sunderland to win. Both of us not backing Leeds to win.
Yeah, a lot of big calls.
Yeah, we're brave this week. Right, the final game, Sophie, the home of West Bromwich Albion, the Drawthorns. West Brom take on Burnley, and West Brom love a draw, don't they?
Yeah.
5 in a row? Is it 6 in a row?
Yeah, it's quite a lot. I've lost track.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think a 1-1 at Luton's not that bad.
But it's not that good either, really.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you've got to still try and draw the positives. They're not losing many.
True.
How many have they lost this season? Is it 1?
Yeah, I think it's just the 1.
Burnley, they've not looked perfect. I think they're very capable of going up. But we thought they might lose to Millwall, and they did.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for a draw, 1-1.
Yeah, I think a safe bet's a draw, so I'm going to echo what you've just said. 1-1 for me. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a 0-0 as well. So either way, I think it's going to be a draw. Just right now, Burnley, I said it before, that they're not scoring many goals. They'll have a lot of the possession, but they're not doing a great deal with it. Equally, West Brom aren't in amazing form either. They're not in poor form because they're still drawing their games and they've got enough points on the board already before that. But yeah, right now, I think they're going to cancel each other out. So 1-1.
1-1. Okay, and there you go. That wraps up the midweek championship predictions, guys. Some difficult ones in there this week, and we've both not backed West Brom and Burnley to win now as well. We can add to the list. Guys, share your thoughts. It feels like the championship is really tightening up, and as you get closer to Christmas, slightly unpredictable things can start to happen. So yeah, share your thoughts. Make sure to support us by hitting that like button. Make sure you've hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds to do. Make sure you are subscribed as well, as we're closing in on 82,000 subscribers. And a massive thank you for joining me, Sophie.
Thank you.
We will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace out.